rental car companies tell you not to do it. Oh yeah, and this road is why the triangles are called Ahupua'a, the land divisions. Part of what was called the King's Road or King's Highway, traveled annually by the king and the royal family to go check on everybody. Whenever they entered a new section of land on that road, there'd be a big stone altar with a sacrificed pig on it for them. Those ended up being the boundary markers, hence the name Pig Altar. Straight ahead's Nakalele Point. That series of rocks there with the light pole. People hike down there to what's called the Nakalele Blowhole. I only said that because I think it's funny. It's fun to walk down there, but you gotta be careful. The word Nakalele means leaning though, like you can lean into the wind and not fall into the water. I have no idea if that's true, or any intention of ever finding out, but I would say once a year somebody decides they're gonna frolic on the edge on a particularly big day, and the waves yank them right into the water, right over there. The frolicking at that point is decidedly over. They typically make it back in over there. Typically. And it's always a dude. It's never a girl. All I'm saying is if you go down there, just be careful.
The Ritz Supper towards the left, Ritz Carlton.
Now that's the island of Molokai straight ahead where we're going. In order to get there, we're going to fly over the Pailolo channel. That's this channel. About 8 miles. It doesn't look that far, but it is. I Google Earthed it. It's like 7.93 actually. Crossing these channels for the ancient Hawaiians was a sacred endeavor. They typically did it in canoes. There are canoe crossings every year. They are usually races now though. I'm going to race this channel in March with my daughter. I'm terrified. Good thing she knows what she's doing. Hey, before we go any further, if you're willing to say where you're from. Anybody?
Oahu.
Oh yeah.
Las Vegas,
Vegas.
Seattle area.
Are you a Seahawks fan?
Hell yeah.
Jeez. Which part of Oahu?
Waikiki.
Waikiki.
I work for Ocean Joy Cruises out of Ko'olina. It's another, snorkel boat, one of those.
Went over there for the Pro Bowl last week. It was pretty fun. Traffic was a nightmare, but the game itself was actually really fun.
Traffic is ridiculous. I leave for work at 5:55 to get to Ko'olina at 7. It's 16 miles.
My wife, when I met her, she was living in Manoa, and it would take me the better part of an hour and 15 minutes to get to Schofield.
Worse than LA now.
And that was, like you said, like leaving at like 6.
Maybe someday they'll build a highway on top of the highway.
Oh, isn't there an L train in the works?
Yeah, it'll take them about 40 years, I think.
Right. Like the Lahaina Bypass Road, they started planning for it in like 1970.
Exactly right.
Now sometimes you'll hear people say there's 132 Hawaiian islands. When they do, they're counting the small ones like those two straight ahead, which are not inhabited by people. They're typically designated as bird sanctuaries or wildlife preserves. All of them have names. This I'm working on. I don't know them all yet, but these two I know. The one on the left is called Kanaha. The one on the right is called Mokoho'oniki, which loosely translates as an affectionate pinch on someone's behind. It actually means pinch island, but that's what it's referring to. I haven't met anybody that knows that story yet. I don't think it looks like a butt from any angle, personally. But a lot of people say it looks like an elephant. In fact, that's what it's called in the aviation community, Elephant Rock. Oh, I don't see that either, but it is a breeding area for the hammerhead shark all around it. Scuba divers go there actually quite a bit to observe hammerheads in their natural habitat. Kind of an aquarium guy myself. seen 2 sharks in the wild, kind of like on my boat. And there's 2 things that occur to me every time, both times. One is that they're so much faster than I am, and that they would eat me. But as my wife says, people are killed by hippos more every year than sharks. So. I shouldn't say nobody's there, because clearly somebody's been there fishing. They don't live there on a permanent basis, though. And to the left now, y'all. Yeah, see? No. Now this island, Molokai, approximately 7,000 people. Most live in the middle, largest town called Kanakakai. There are some towns in the South Shoreline, there's fishing towns, there's a reef out there. There's a cattle ranch on this end called the Pu'u'ohoku Ranch, which I believe means the Hill of Stars. It's owned by the lady in that house right there. Her name is Lavinia Courier. And it turns out she's one of the 10 wealthiest women in the entire galaxy. And she has been since she was 9 when her parents mysteriously disappeared over the Caribbean in a small airplane. Why does that always happen to people without so much money? Buy a better airplane. With an autopilot. Anyway, she is also a conservationist and she makes independent movies. That's how I found her, IMDb. She made a movie that had cheetahs in it, which apparently is quite an endeavor. Even more so than a tiger or a cougar. There was a ranch on the other end of this island too, called the Molokai Ranch for years. It's still there, the property was maintained, but it closed down in the late 80s. The major operation did. And I tell you that because the unemployment rate got high, like 15%. Right now it's right around 7, I think. And I heard that ranch may reopen. This valley on the forward right is called Halawa. The bay, the town, the valley, and all have the same name, just like we were talking about on Maui. Down in there is what is, I've heard, called unofficially Hawaiian settlement. They do a lot of things similar to the ancient Hawaiians, particularly with agriculture. But they will use modern things for hunting and fishing and building. And that's actually been argued to be typical of Hawaiians. Part of that's based on the fact that many Hawaiians encountered by the first explorers that come here already had pieces of metal, which they had taken off chunks of flotilla, which had come in from who knows where. But it's not like they threw that stuff away. Found all kinds of uses. And there's waterfalls back here too.
Not talking about a year, no, not 3 or 4. I don't want that kind of forever in my life anymore. Forever always seems to be around when it begins, but forever never seems to be around when it ends. So give me your forever, please, your forever. Not a day less will do from you. People spend so much time every single day running around all over town.
Talk a little bit about pressure with scuba diving and then quick after helicopter ride. Know anything about that?
Yeah. Is that an issue?
Is it an issue? Yeah, I don't even know.
Oh, well, no, they say that it can be. I mean, it depends on how high you go to. Like, if you go up to 10,000, it might be. But down this hill, I don't think it'd be good. Coming up on Papala'o Falls here, which is about 2,000 feet high. That word translates as mist and shadow. Sea cliffs stop out a little far down, about 3,000 feet.